Say hi.
You can start now.
Hi, my name is Paul Boer. Today I will introduce you to the 2017 Lester Sliding Door System. The 2017 Lester Sliding Door System is clearly descended from the current system. The new door system incorporates several incremental improvements, but the basics of the door remain. The roll-formed steel verticals and bottom girt have been replaced with high-strength, powder-coated aluminum extrusions. The bottom girt is now colored rather than unpainted galvanized. Verticals and bottom girts are available in standard and super weight. Improv now designs the sliding door system to meet the wind load specified for your project. Improv will select the vertical required and space the girts appropriately. The open-backed girt has been replaced with a lock-seamed 20-gauge box girt. The track has been upgraded to 14 gauge to minimize track deformation and allow heavy doors to roll more easily. The double trolley system used for very heavy doors has been replaced with a distributed trolley system. Let's take a few minutes to review the components of the 2017 Lester Sliding Door System. Verticals are powder-coated, high-strength aluminum extrusions. Two types are available, standard weight and super weight. The super weight vertical contains twice the aluminum and is more than 2.5 times stronger than the standard verticals. They are specifically designed for use in very large doors common on modern machinery storage structures. The verticals include an integral J flashing to hide the panel edge. A special vertical that incorporates the astragal is provided for double sliding doors. Here is a view showing the super vertical with and without astragal nested together as they would be at the center of a double slider. Like verticals, bottom girts are powder-coated, high-strength aluminum extrusions. Again, two types are available, standard and super weight. The super weight member includes a tie that greatly improves strength and rigidity. You can choose the color of the bottom girt for your door. Here we have a view showing the bottom girt and the bottom door guide. Notice the shape of the guide nearly fills the space between the back of the girt and the front lip. Just enough space is provided to enable the door to move without binding. Door location is tightly controlled, minimizing problems with the door contacting the building as it is opened or closed. Here we show the bottom guide attachment bracket. The center guide of a double sliding door is critical to door performance. This is the new center guide for standard weight doors. It is 7 inches long. Heavy steel ramps have been added on both sides of the guide. The ramps help to lift tires over the guide, protecting both the guide and the tires. The ramps also serve as a second bearing surface for the bottom guide. Engaging two bearing surfaces provides twice the wind capacity. The length of the center guide post has been increased from 5 feet to 6 feet. The added depth will provide additional protection against frost heave. And we are providing dry concrete mix to augment the footing. The concrete mix can be placed under the 17-inch precast footing if you are having problems with the center guide post being driven down by traffic. Or nails can be added to the bottom of the post and the concrete added above the 17-inch precast footing if frost heave is your primary concern. This is the center door guide for the super weight door system. 14 inches long and attached to an 8-ply column, this guide is truly massive. It's Lester's way of ensuring those big sliders operate smoothly for many years. This cross-section through the center guide shows the bracing struts that support the traffic ramps. Portions of the center guide can be embedded in concrete if the building has a concrete floor or approach. The center door guide post can be replaced with a concrete footing if desired. The 20-gauge closed box girt with lock seam looks nice and clean. Closed shapes are self-bracing and have good torsional capacity, which means they are structurally efficient. The lock seam demands a ductile material. The mini drill points spin out too easily. A self-piercing screw engages more metal, resulting in a much more robust connection. This is the self-piercing screw we will use. The 1-inch length makes the fastener very stable, allowing the installer to apply enough tip pressure to quickly pierce the girth. The C-bar is the same part with the same use as it is today. One C-bar for each trolley provides more pick points on very heavy doors. More pick points and the use of a squash block will minimize girt deformation at the pendant bolt. An 18-inch long factory machined squash block is provided for each trolley. The squash block is centered on the trolley location. The girt and squash block are field drilled for the pendant bolt in a single operation. The cam latch is the same as the current latch. Here we show the cam latch installed on a column. The jam catch is also the same. After several requests, we now have a means of latching and locking double sliding doors. The Sabre latch securely pins the door leaf to the supercenter door guide. The key lockable exterior handle is polished stainless steel. The interior handle and center case is zinc plated. A quick mount bracket design installs in minutes. Note, the Sabre latch requires the supercenter door guide. The supercenter door guide is automatically added when the Sabre latch is chosen. The 2017 Lester sliding door can be configured with wainscot. The wainscot on the sliding door will match the color of the wainscot on the building. The Z flashing will align with the building's Z flashing. An extra heavy 14-gauge round self-cleaning track is included. Track length equals 2 times the door width for all door widths. The track cover bracket is factory attached with 2 rivets. The track cover bracket has a wedge folded up on each side to force positive drainage of the track cover. It also creates a recess for the fasteners used to mount the track. The track is installed with 2 1.5-inch hex head framing screws through the track cover bracket and into the track board. The door pull and snugger bars are similar to those used today. The trolley wheel assembly is the same. The pendant bolt has been modified to gain about 3/8 of an inch of additional vertical door adjustment. The pendant bolt hole for the first pair of trolleys is drilled 12 inches from the corner of the door. This maximizes the distance between trolleys, producing a stable, easily rolling leaf. Additional trolleys are provided for door leaves weighing more than 500 pounds. The additional trolleys are evenly spaced across the top of the leaf. The nuts on the pendant bolts are adjusted such that the door weight is distributed evenly between all trolleys. This system relies on the building's elasticity to accommodate imperfections in the track. Care should be taken to ensure the track is straight and level. The frame is assembled with self-drilling pancake head screws. The standard vertical requires a number 2 square drive, and the super vertical uses a number 3 square drive. 1 screw is used on each side of each vertical, 2 screws per end, or 4 screws for total for each girt, except the top girt gets 2 screws per side, a total of 8 screws for each top girt. Door leaf assembly is very similar to current practice. Slide the components into place, square the frame, and install the fasteners. Notice that the top girt has 2 screws per side for a total of 8 for each top girt. Also note that the top girt is being held down 1/4 of an inch. This is a trick used to gain a bit more room for vertical door adjustment. The door pull is attached to the exterior side of the girt using pancake head screws. No gap is needed between the pull and the vertical. Here the door frame is ready for trolley installation. The C-bar has been installed and the rail is ready to be drilled for the pendant bolt. Here we see the pendant bolt hole after it's been drilled. Here we see a pair of 18 by 36 inch sliding door leaves. The 2017 Lester sliding door will be included in the March price update. We do have some inventory of girts and track for the current system. The old girt fits interchangeably into the new verticals. We will send open back girts until existing inventory is depleted. Once installed, the current track is nearly indistinguishable from the new track. Here again, we will send old track and track cover until existing inventory is depleted. Note, the factory-installed track cover brackets are slightly longer than the current brackets and require a new, slightly larger track cover. New and old track covers are not interchangeable. Do we have any